Hey everybody, I just started a Give, Send, Go for our beloved friend Jeffy Bear, trying to fundraise some money to buy him that very van right there. I talked to the owners of the van. They're gonna hold off on selling it for a few days to see if we can fundraise some money and see if we can get Jeffy Bear back on the road. If you've been around my channel for a little while, then you'll know Jeffy Bear needs no introduction. But I know about a year and a half has gone by since he's really spent some time around this channel. So there's a lot of you guys out there that have no clue who I'm talking about. So let's squeeze this into a little nutshell on why I think Jeffy Bear deserves the love from all of us as a community to see that man back rolling around again in a van that's going to be dependable, reliable, and have a wheelchair lift. So cool. So let's back this story up. So I met Jeff way back in my first year of my van life, and he lived in a great big RV. And I remember him telling me a story that he used to have to park way outside of the city of Vancouver, catch a bus into town every time he needed to get his legs wrapped. So Jeff had diabetes really bad. His legs were always purple and oozing things. So it was always wrapped up with bandages. And he used to have to catch a bus across town just to go do those appointments. So with the limitations the RV had, Jeff ended up selling the RV. I'm buying a Ford Econoline van. It was a blue one. And at the time, he didn't have any extra money from buying the van. So I ended up pitching in. I bought him a roof vent, and then you guys seen some of the love that I was giving him. So then all you guys started to pour love at him and ended up kitting his vehicle out with everything that he needed in there to live comfortably and be at home. My face last time was like, oh. There's a man in your bed, buddy. How you feel about the big hole in your van?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And also during that time, Jeff, AKA Jeffy Bear, I nicknamed him that. I remember the first time I called him that, he was like, "Excuse me, what'd you call me?" And he was like, "Oh heck no, you don't call me Jeffy Bear." And he's got that pinch the cheeks kind of guy, and it just stuck to the point that he started a YouTube channel called Jeffy Bear. So if you don't know him or you want to go over and meet him, I'll leave the links to his channel down below too as well. But during that time, Jeff started a YouTube channel, and it was beautiful because then Jeff stopped being alone in his van and started being alone with you guys in the van, and always had someone to talk to, and people were chatting back to him. And Jeff would always tell me stories about, oh, I met so-and-so in the email today that said this. And it was a beautiful transition to watch him go into YouTube, which is great. But then over that time in his camper van, his diabetes ended up getting bad, and then you start losing toes. And then that took to the doctor telling him, "Jeff, we need to amputate your legs, both of them." So that was about a year and a half ago. And Jeff's always been a good spirited guy, and sometimes those situations that'll be it. But people just give up in those scenarios. They just they lose it all. And I thought that was going to be harder on Jeff than it was. I know Jeff's always been a tough guy and kind of hit everything, but not only did he lose the mobility of walking around, he lost the mobility and freedom of van life, to be able to move his van somewhere different. And anytime I bump into Jeff, he'd be over in this parking lot in the morning, and then he'd be at the ocean park in the afternoon, and in the evening he'd be parked over at another park on the other side of town. He was always on the move, seeing new things. After Jeff had his legs amputated, he went back home to live with his daughter in Ontario. His van was here. We ended up bringing his van into my shop, where we were going to clean it out and ship Jeff back all the personal stuff out of there that he needed. During that transition time, Jeff decided to give his home away. Jeffy Bear's van's gone. Jeff said to me that he wants that van gone. He doesn't want it anymore because it brings back bad feelings. And I 100% get that, because he'd adventure around in that van when he could. And now that he doesn't have legs anymore, it's kind of holding a bit of a negative feeling for him. At least that's what I took out of our conversation anyway. Jeff's like, I want it gone. So I'm like, what do you want to do? And, Jeff, guys, I can't believe the heart on that guy. Jeff said, Chrome, I want to give it to Mark. I'm like, give it to him? He's like, yeah. Jeff decided to give his van to Mark at no cost whatsoever. So I was just like, Jeff, that's insane, dude. Are you sure? Jeff's like, yeah, I'm 100% sure, Chrome. I want that van gone out of my life. I want to move on. I want to rebuild. And Mark called me that night. Mark's like, can you believe that? Can you believe Jeff just did this? And so yeah, Jeff, you are a stand-up human being, even through all of this crazy stuff that you've been through with diabetes and now losing your legs. You are 100% the most stand-up human being I've ever known. Jeffy, you are a damn rock star, and we all love you to absolute pieces out here. And I just can't believe in this scenario that you had this heart in you to do something amazing for somebody else. So Jeff, out of the kindness of his big, beautiful heart, gifted his van to somebody else. That just moved me, fully moved me. Like, Jeff's been helping people his whole life. Jeff had a huge alcohol problem, and then once he kicked his alcohol problem way back in the day, he devoted his entire life to being a drug and alcohol counselor, where he used to talk at great big huge, he was telling me great big huge halls full of people where he'd share his story and he'd do one-on-one counseling with people. He devoted his life to helping people with addictions. And it's just so heartwarming to know that even during tough times in his life today, that because he loses his ability to walk around and drive, that he gifted his van to somebody who really needed it. And that's where I think right here today that Jeff deserves this. So some really big news. Since Jeff had his legs amputated, I think what's kept his spirits up is his dream about getting back into a van. So he's devoted all that time ever since to go through all the hoops and everything he needed to go through to get his driver's license again. Because obviously, lose your legs, you lose the ability to drive. Now you got all that chaos to go through. So now Jeff has his driver's license and, I don't know if this is the word, is certified to drive with hand controls. He's taken all the driving courses he's needed and to learn how to drive in the controls, and recently just passed. Now, Jeff's in the market to buy a van. So Jeff originally had, well, even right now, Jeff has $5,000 saved up. And sure, he could go buy a piece of garbage van for $5,000, but the thing you got to really think about when it comes to his limitations now is if there's a mechanical problem, he's in a world of trouble out there. So buying something that maybe doesn't have high kilometers on it, that's better well taken care of, is probably a better option for him. And maybe something that's already equipped with a wheelchair lift is probably a better option for him. So buying something cheap, I don't think is a good idea for Jeff. So Jeff's at a position right now where he saved $5,000 already, and we found him a van. So one of our subscribers sent him a link to this van. It is so perfect. That Ford Econoline van has been garage kept majority of its life. It's got extremely low kilometers and a wheelchair lift. Why do I think this is perfectly fit for Jeffy Bear? Because it just happens to be in the town that Jeff lives in. Literally, Jeff could get on his little electric scooter and go drive all through town in his electric wheelchair to go take his new van home. Well, somewhere we need to go pick it up because he'd have to install the hand controls first, but you get the point. This is so well fitting because it's right there in his very own town. And when Jeff sent me that link, and I'm like, Jeff, you got 10 more grand to come up with before you can get into a van and then drive all the way out here to come see us. Oh man, that would just warm my heart to see Jeff smile on his face while he's back on the road. So guys, I'm gonna leave the link to the Give, Send, Go down below. I'm gonna throw some money in there right now myself. So if you've got a little left over, even if it's just $5 or $3, if we can team together as a crew, we may be able to get that beloved Jeffy Bear back on the road. So for those of you guys watching this right now that have never seen Jeffy Bear, let me end this video with some of the cool memories that we've made with Jeffy over the years. He is such a sweet, lovable character that after all the love he's put out there in the world and all the people he's tried to help, I think all this love deserves to come straight back at him and give him the love that he needs right now and give him the gift of at least mobility in the driving sense. I think in a world like his, that would change his life, flip it upside down. And for everybody who knows Jeffy Bear, you guys know this is such a huge deal. Anyway, guys, if you have it in you, share a little love. Let's take this whole community that we've built here on Vancity Vanlife and focus our love in one place for one day, okay? I love you guys and I appreciate you guys all being here through all my videos and chaos as time goes on. And we're a family, guys. We do the best we can here to stick together. All right, give. We love you, brother. Here's to rolling together again. There you go, Jeffy. You're one step in the right direction. This is not my pee bottle.
Just came up and whispered, "Is that his pee bottle?"
Yeah.
I don't think the sign's working.
This end here goes to his catheter. That's his diesel tank, guys.
He's trying to crouch under the vehicle.
Fall asleep on us in there now, buddy.
Yeah, I haven't moved.
You got quite the view. People back there working. Look at that. Did you see that? I danged for service and there's Sir Jeffy Bear showed up. There you go. Hey?
Here's the...
There's Crow.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh, just wanted to say hi and see how you guys are doing. It's a beautiful day today.
You can't loiter in the parking lot here, you know that, right?
Well, I'm not even in a parking lot spot right now either.
Can I play with the siren? So, Cornwall Police Department showed up, and
They wanted to take me away.
I'm gonna play with the siren.
Hit the old air horn button there.
Which one's the air horn button?
H right there. There you go. And this works the lights. So now you got all the lights on. And if you flick it all the way over, now it's just the rear lights.
Oh yeah. He's clearly not gonna let me drive.
Nope.
And I only have these subscriber gatherings when my beer supply gets low, so they just keep bringing me beer and keep bringing me beer. Yep.
I'm Ben, by the way.
How you doing, Ben?
Nice to meet you.
Here, I'll give you a card to the channel.
Awesome, thank you.
No worries, man. Thanks for letting me play with the horn.
Oh, well. You guys have a great day, all right?
See you later.
Thank you.
Take care, Ben. I asked to play with the siren. He let me toot the horn.
Well, I showed him my horn, and he showed me his horn.
Hold on, bro. Are we gonna go?
Hold on, and hold on.
Easy, bro. I'm only one-handed. I got my camera in the other one. Yeehaw! Right along. Don't go too fast, bro. I might fall off. Jeffy is definitely a character for sure. And I know if we can make this miracle happen for him, that when the time comes that Jeff can't drive the van anymore, I guarantee you Jeff's going to do what he did last time and just give it to somebody else who's going to use it for years and years going forward, just because Jeffy Bear is just that guy. Anyway, guys, the links and stuff are down below, and if you don't have it to give, it's okay. Go over and see Jeffy Bear and just send him a little love on his channel. I'll leave those links down below as well. We love you guys. Thanks for riding along with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.